Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everyone? What's good, everybody? Salute to you guys. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? Happy Sunday to everyone out there. Happy Saturday to you guys on the left side of the world. What's up, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing great. What's going on, man? Hope you guys are doing well. I saw a comment, first comment. Shout out to my boy, Mr. DeMarcus. I love it. Mr. Marcus, salute to you, sir. Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate you, brother. All right, let's get into it, man. So I'm not gonna hold you guys long. You know what it is. You know how we do this. So let's jump into it as you come in, or if you're hitting this on the playback. Let me know where you're viewing from, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I will answer them. All right. If you are live, of course, hit the comment section and the live comment section, and we'll get into it. So, okay, so let's get into it, man. If you're new here, my name is KT. I'm an expat who's lived in Vietnam for over 6 years. And on this channel, that's what we do. I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about Vietnam. And I have a relocation business. So if you're interested in traveling to Vietnam, or living in Vietnam, and you see all these YouTubers giving all these information, you want the real deal information, I'll give it to you straight. So just hit me up in the comments, or you can hit me up on my email. It's the KT, this channel's name, the story of KT at gmail.com, and I'll be sure to take care of you. All right. I've helped dozens and dozens of people like you come here, travel here, and um, live here basically, and retire here as well. Okay, so there's those options as well. A lot of people, a lot of information, but I'll cut through all the bullshit and give it to you straight. All right. All right. So you guys see the topic. You see what we're about to talk about. Like I've noticed not a lot of YouTubers actually even address like the agent economy here. And a lot of the YouTubers here, they just don't live here long enough to understand it. Yes, they use agents or fixers or whatever you want to call it, but they don't really understand who they are. A lot of these agents can be scams, so they are taking, our money and running. So that's a thing here. So just be careful when you are dealing with any type of agent or someone who says they can help you or whatever. Okay. And yes, I have agents that I work with, that I've vetted, that I've used personally, and that I continue to use personally. So in this live, I'm going to go over three different, primarily bigger categories for you guys. Let me get this off the screen, because that's basically what we use, right? And so this is the agent game. All right. We're going to talk about today visa agents. We're going to talk about apartment agents or housing agents. And then last, we're going to talk about job agents. Okay. So these are the things, these people could either help you and make your life so much easier here, or on the other hand, they could make your life a living hell. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I've the amount of stories, the amount of Reddit posts I've read, the amount of Facebook posts, all those horror stories about these type of agents led to this live. All right, so yeah, I've dealt with agents in the past before I actually vetted and got good agents. So yeah, it's like it's like it's like your romantic. I'm trying to pick my words easy, but it's like the romantic side of all of our lives, right? You got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find the right one, right? And so that's the exact same thing here in Vietnam. If you DIY it yourself, if you do it yourself, that's the process you're going to go down, okay? With these three different categories, okay? 'Cause these are the biggest ones. Okay, and a lot of us expats and future expats are getting scams. And if you're on YouTube and you're not getting the real deal about what Vietnam is really about and talking about the real shit, like you want to live here, it's not all about beaches and bitches, you know what I'm saying? It's about life, real life. You want to live here? Well, these guys are going to make your life a living hell, or they're gonna help you a lot. All right, because these are relationships that are prolonged. Okay, if you find a good agent, stick with them. Okay, so this is what we're gonna talk about. This is what our show is gonna be about today and our topic. So first, obviously, we're gonna talk about our agent economy, and we're gonna talk about who actually gets paid. I'm gonna tell you what the line is, right? So from where your money goes to who eats on that. You know what I mean? Second, we're gonna talk about visa agent, the trap. So a lot of these visa agents, they're trash. I'm not gonna lie. You find a good one, stick with them, all right? Because I've seen a lot of visa agents charging exorbitant amount of money, and yes, newsflash, if you go through an agent, they're gonna charge you a little bit more, right? For using their services for convenience and for it being fast, okay? Agents on Good agents can get you visas, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour visa, 4 hour visa, 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day visas. Okay. The general public thinks that it's just you have to apply to the e-visa, but that's not true. You have tons of avenues to get a visa. I'll tell you about that. Okay. Um, so three, we're going to talk about apartment agents. Apartment agents are notorious for playing games with foreigners and showing them an apartment here, telling them that they need a holding deposit, right? Just before anything. So before they go see it, because they're gonna tell you, hey, we have three or four other, or we have another tenant that's already about to pay the deposit. They want you to pay a deposit really quickly. I'm gonna show you their little tactic. All right. This whole live is all about being educational and making sure that you guys don't get tricked. All right. You guys watch me. I will make sure that you guys don't get tricked. And if you do get tricked and you don't follow my guides, then you're gonna get tricked, straight up. Okay. Be careful, man. I'm not saying to buy anything from me. I'm just saying in general, I care about you, and I want to make sure that the people who watch me at least and rock with me, I want you guys to come here and have success, whether that's with a relationship, whether that's with just your lifestyle, or whether that is just with your environment. I want you guys to have success, truly. I, I really mean that. Okay. Um, that's a purpose of mine in this with this channel. All right. So fourth, I'm gonna talk about job agents. All right. So if you're gonna get a job, you're looking for a job, you wanna um, you want to be ambitious in that cycle. Well, you got to be careful because there's a ton of sharks. Okay. Job agents are the biggest ones. Like I'll tell you, there's a lot of big culprits in all three of these categories. All right. I'll break it down for you. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you fifth, the legal path versus the pure risk. Okay. Of going with agents and going with faulty agents and bad agents, both on the legal side and just morally speaking, and what it does to the economy here. All right. And then last, I got a red flag checklist for you. All right. I'm going to just preface this by saying don't ever pay an agent unless you verify. Okay? That's just a good golden rule. Obviously, you're excited, you want to come to Vietnam, you want to start over, and you're like, fuck it. It's just $100. It's just $200. It's just $300. But you don't understand what it does to us here and what it's going to do to you in the future, because it's like a relationship, okay? Remember I said this last week. It's not how you start, or excuse me, how you start is how you have to finish, right? So there, if you are already here, right, and the normal price is low, then you're already going to be paying this every renewal. Okay, so you got to think about it, man. Vietnam is affordable, but you have to understand that these are the things that can one sour your taste on Vietnam off top, off the rip. All right, because you deal with an agent first before you go and meet the people in the country, right? So don't get ripped off. All right, let's jump into it, man. So who gets paid, man? When you're let me go this way. Boom. All right. So again, there's three different excuse me. There's three different lanes. Okay. And I already told you about these agents. So let me just break these down before we get into this. Let me break down the agent economy. All right. So let me get this out of the way so you guys can see. Bear with me. All right. So your visa agents, obviously, they are good at speed. Okay. It surprises me that most of you don't know or are not aware that the visa agent can get you a visa as fast as they can, no matter what. Of course, you're gonna pay for it though, right? So the visa agent's gonna definitely charge a little bit more. Now my visa agent charges a little more. That's it. Uh, my I've seen other visa agents that I've used in the past. They charged me just. I mean, I was one of them. I was a victim too, man. You know, I'm not telling you guys this that things that I haven't experienced. All right, I don't put out videos that I just don't co-sign. All right, I'm not really doing this for the views. It's awareness, man. You gotta have someone who's real, okay, here for you, who has your back. All right. Basically, gotta watch out for the word guarantee, okay, on your Facebook groups, Facebook pages. Um, Wherever you find your information about visa agents, red flag guaranteed. Okay, keep that in your mind. You see that, and they're like, "Oh, I guarantee I'll get your visa in 1 hour." Well, nothing's guaranteed here in Vietnam. Like nothing. Even if Vietnam's been doing it a certain way for 3 generations, 5 generations, it's gonna change now because everything's changing. Okay, so I told you my visa agent that I use personally right now, literally for years. She and her company, they uh, they can get and have gotten people that I've referred to them 1 hour, 2 hour emergency visas. Like if you've messed up on your visa and you're flying like in 2 days, they can take care of situations like that. All right, and and when I saw the bill, I was like, that's pretty good. Like really, like $90 or something like that. Like 90 USD to like 120 USD. Okay, for like dire situations. Okay, how visa agents work is they will have a connection with immigration, and it depends because it's weird and it's kind of interesting here because with the visa agents, okay, you know there's thousands of visa agents here. There's millions probably, I'm sure. But let's just keep it at there's thousands of visa agents and there's hundreds of thousands of immigration officers, all at different levels, right? And so you're gonna understand that, and I'm picking my words carefully because I'm not trying to get flagged or any of that shit, but there's this thing called coffee money, okay? And so coffee money, and you know what I mean, right? So coffee money is how shit runs up in here, okay? Uh, if you ain't got no coffee money, it's gonna be slow for you, all right? So just make sure that so they have connections. That's how it is. That's how it works. Okay, so if you depending on your visa agent, depending on how you pick them or whoever you pick, it just depends on who they know. Okay, you're gonna see that's gonna be the theme of this live. Who you know is how fast you can get it done, is how much you pay. Okay. Sometimes if they're a big organization, they will give it to you for a good price just because they have a lot of turnover, churn. Okay, they're turning and burning. All right, so I would definitely watch their add-ons. Ask as many questions to your visa agent as possible. Again, remember that their first language is not English, so don't get frustrated if they say something that it may be like offensive to us, and it's not something that offensive. It's just they mix and mangle their English, um, so they may not necessarily understand you 100%. Just use a translator and try to get through it. I would generally pick a person who speaks and understands English. Obviously, that's obvious, right? But it's not so obvious to some people. Okay. Um, it'll work better for you. Now, the visa agent who speaks the best English probably going to charge you more. So find someone in the middle. Okay. And so let's jump to apartment agents. So apartment agents, they're tricky, man, because again, it depends on who you know. All right. And I'm going to get more into them in a little bit later. But I'll say this, look out for them. Okay. They are often paid a commission by the landlord. Okay. So when you pay. So let me give you an example. So if your apartment is 10 million US 10 million VND. So that's going to be about 350 USD. Let's just say around 350 USD. And they so you pay your rent. The real price of the apartment is, so you're paying 10 million. The real price of the apartment is going to be about 7.5, right? So automatically they're bumping you up to, let's say, 8.5. So they're already bumping you up to what, 30% already. That's what they do to us. Okay. Think about this. When you pay anything in Vietnam, your price is 30 to 50% more. Just saying. It depends on how good you can negotiate here. Most foreigners are like, shit, I'll pay for it. Fuck it, it's only $300. Shit, I'm used to paying 2,300. I'm used to paying 1,300. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but that's not the point. The point is that it affects all of us here in the community. Like you could come, you go, you pay, you're cool with paying 500 USD, but it really messes up one, the landlord's mentality, because they're like, well, I'm not gonna rent this apartment after you leave. I'm not gonna rent this apartment to anyone that can't afford 500 USD when the apartment is actually worth 250. Really. So this is what happens, and this is what's happening right now in D1. This is exactly what's going on in Da Nang because all of you guys are over in Da Nang right now, going to Da Nang. This is what happens. I get it. It's more cost effective, and in my house I'm paying 11 million. That's a good deal, but it's expensive. 11 million. That's expensive for the regular person. Okay, but for us, it's whatever. Okay, but for them, that they couldn't even touch it. Not even with like, for not even two families. Probably two families would live in this place if it wasn't just me and my girl. That's what I'm saying. Like you could get a family, like maybe one family that lives in this house, and it would be they all would work just to have extra money. I'm not saying they couldn't afford this, but why would they do that? You know what I mean? So I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but the landlord, the landlord will pay. So you pay your rent, right? I mean, there's a little extra off the top, right? Where does that go, right? So the landlord and so the agreement between the landlord and the agent is they'll pay each other, and then they'll take that little skim off the top, and then they'll give that to the landlord. Or excuse me, either the agent will take that or the landlord will just give that to them. Generally, the landlord's going to take that little skim off the top every month. Okay. So, and then on top of that, the landlord's going to charge you all kinds of different fees and stuff. So, yeah, your rent's 10 million, but you end up paying like 13 at the end every month. All right. So, what I mean by double dipping is the agent will double dip from you, meaning it depends on the situation between the landlord and the agent, but whoever gets that skim, and it could be big skim. I mean, I have seen them rake in, like for example, and I found out because I'm friends with the agent that got us this place. So her commission on this was 5 million BND, and so uh, they paid they paid her right after we signed. So that's one example. Okay. So yeah, I mean, again, if you look at it, you have to pay when you sign a contract, you pay your deposit, right? So generally you're gonna pay 1 month deposit and 1 month rent. Some places around here, even in the especially in D2, Tao Dien area, 2 months rent, excuse me, 2 months deposit and 1 month rent. Even sometimes 2 month deposit and 2 month rent. Sometimes, okay, depending on how exorbitant and elegant the place is. But in Chaldean, so when we were looking for places recently we found this place. We saw multiple places that were like just you would have to put out of pocket like 100 million, 100 million BND or close to that just to move in. I was like, huh? I'm not paying that. And then it was like 40 million. It was like 40 million BND. I mean, of course, this is a nice area, but we just want to get some contrast. You know what I mean? So watch out for these deposits for your agents, your apartment agents. Again, you got to watch out for all of these people, but just watch the deposits. Generally, the standard is 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, right? 1 month deposit, 1 month rent. Okay. So if you have that money, boom, give it to them and you can move in. Okay, it's that easy. You don't fucking fill out application, get approved, all that bullshit. No, you got the money. Okay, come on, it's okay. Yes. All right. And the Vietnamese are generally pretty nice. All right. Get a good agent, they'll take care of you. All right. Job agents. Now, they're recruiters, man. Like when it comes to agents in the job sectors, we call them recruiters. Okay, obviously. Apartment agents, they're agents. They're real estate agents. Okay. Visa agents, we call them visa agents. But with job agents, we call them recruiters. Now, obviously, it's the same principle in the West. Recruiters, the middleman. Simple as that. Okay, middleman between you, the applicant, and the school or the company. Okay. Now, I did my job search my whole career here in Vietnam. I did it by myself, DIY. I made the mistakes. I found the worst company in the very beginning. Didn't know it at the time. Had I had someone that was guiding me, I would have found out they were having money issues and it was about to go downhill like super fast. Like I was with them for 6 months and they were in the newspaper, all this stuff, embezzling, like what, like toward the. I mean, it. They had started when I joined, and so they had just started going through money issues. If I had an agent that was looking out for me, maybe because the job agents are pretty ruthless. They'll lie. They're the ones who will lie to you the most. They'll promise you the most, and I'm gonna tell you why. They're it's faulty. They're the worst. Okay, out of all three of them, job recruiters are the worst because they'll just tell you whatever. Again, they're the middlemen. Soon as you sign a contract, they get the deposit or they get the transfer from the school. Boom, done. Right. So recruiters, job recruiters they get paid a couple different ways. One, they get, and this is what I know. They could probably have multiple other ways, but this is how I know. So they get you, right? They place you, right? That's one way. They place you with the school. Upon their agreement with the school, the school will pay them. Right? School is big business. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. The reason why a lot of expats start centers in schools is because it's a cash cow. Okay, it's a cash cow for a reason. You can get paid for the recruiters get paid on you, the applicant. They get paid on how many applicants they bring in per month. They get paid on which school they place you, how long that's for, how long you stay with the company. They get paid either every month you get paid, or they get paid every year you renew. Okay, so this is like kind of residual income for them. You are okay, and so it's not a bad idea. Like it's not a bad idea, but when they promise you a bunch of shit and how they work and how they discriminate against brown and black people. Um, and what I mean by that is how they place brown and black people outside of the cities, and they put the whites in and lighter skinned people in the cities, the best areas because of the image. And then they put all the Africans and the African Americans, but we're kind of different because we have American passport. If you're cool, they like you, they'll keep you in the city. If they don't, they'll put you in like the tier 3, tier 4 cities, and then they'll fuck you around, right? It's not so pleasant. So it just depends. If you find a good a recruiter who can find you a good job, but most of them are pretty fucking shady. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, if I were you, I would absolutely go direct to the school. Do your own research. If you need a recruiter um, to look for a job, then you can do it yourself. Straight up. Do your own research. You'll be fine. You have any issues? If you're gonna pay for something, the visa agent is the one I would go with, uh, the best, because you're gonna have an ongoing relationship with your visa agent, and they'll treat you well and they'll take care of you because your visa is your number one priority when you're here. Doesn't matter. My number one priority is my number one priority is my visa. Why? Because if my visa is right, then everything else is good. If my visa's fucked up, then you're on shaky ground. Okay. So if I had to pay for anything, which I have and which I do, I paid for the visa agent. Okay, because that's gonna be your lifeline. All right. Make sure you pay for a good agent, a reliable agent. Again, all three of these agents can fuck you up, but your visa agent's gonna be your savior. All right, because when I was in my shit about a year ago with the whole job thing, and fucking up my visa agent, all I had to do was just quick text, talk, get on the phone with her. I didn't even get on the phone call. I just texted her, boop, 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 told her what was going on. She was already aware of it because we've been talking about it. And so I just said, hey, I need a visa, travel visa. She said, cool, and took care of it within an hour. Within an hour, I had a travel visa already ready to go. I just needed to send her my exit stamp, and I was good. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, visa agents, man, saved my life, dude. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so let's keep it rolling. All right, so how do expats get trapped up? So you arrive on your visa, right? I'll go like this. We're on segment 2 now. So we're talking about visa agents, specifically just visa agents. All right. So you arrive at the airport, right? And I will tell you this, man. I'll just tell you this. Oh, and um, let me see. How do I want to do this? So I'll tell you this. Most of our pain points are going to be our deposits. That's going to be your first trap. All right. You send a deposit to start. Don't ever, 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 ever send money first. Never. I don't fucking care if it's apartment. You love that apartment. I just want that apartment. Fuck that apartment. You're gonna get scammed. If you're in the West and you are sending money to people, it's you might as well just work for free. I'll be honest. All right. I don't give a damn if you've talked to them over the phone and you felt something was great and it was amazing. Vietnamese people are great at faking it and then blocking your ass. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do? Right? If I'm you and you really love an apartment, I would send the money to someone I trust here in the country, right? And then let them go and physically see the apartment first. Then you transfer the money to that person that you trust, right? So that they won't fuck you around either, right? They'll hold on to it till you get here, and they can facilitate for you. Okay. I honestly, like, I know it's kind of a pain in the ass. You're like, I don't know anyone, right? I don't trust nobody, right? I feel you. I get it. But that's what I would do. Okay. Or I just say, fuck that apartment, fly here, and then do your search here. Meet the agent in real life, right? Meet your agent in real life. Okay. That's what I would do. So when you're talking about your visa agent, if they ever ask you for a deposit, don't fucking run the other way. No agent should ever ask you for any money until they explain the process to you. Okay? Like they have to explain the process in broken English or English. Doesn't fucking matter. You have to understand what they offer you and what the price point is. Okay? So if they are asking you about deposit and asking you for a deposit just for whatever reason, whatever excuse they give you, run away. Block their ass. Okay? Report them. To be honest, take screenshots, report their ass. Actually. All right? Because it's not legal to do shit like that here. Straight up. You can't scam people. You can't scam Vietnamese. It's just look the other way. Okay? It's not perfect. It's changing though. That's a good thing. All right. If they have any kind of guarantee in their language, in their promos, in their advertisements, anything, guarantee 100%, no problem, man, easy. Uh, your antennas should go up and be like, I don't know, nothing's guaranteed, especially here. All right, especially here. All right. So again, understand immigration is the variable. All right. Immigration can only guarantee you something. Why? Because they're the ones who issue shit. They issue your visa. All right. So again, remember, endless this visa agents, they have an endless funnel, man. These guys, I mean, check this out. Like these people, these are the fees that visa agents can trap you on when they're like, because they're clever, man. I ain't gonna lie, they're clever, and I've heard people paying 250 USD, 300 USD, 1,000 USD for a 30-day travel visa or a 90-day travel visa. It's ridiculous, man. I'm telling you. These are the type of fees that I've heard, right? Express, that they try to upgrade you on. You want to upgrade this, this is Express, right? Express processing, translation required, right? No, 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 bro. No, no, no. You don't need translation, okay? And if you want express processing, yes, it exists. That is something that's there. Like if you, and this is why you have to plan ahead of time so you don't have to use the express. You know what I mean? Because you're going to pay more. Straight up, you're going to pay more. Well, you know this. You know this, right? And so, uh, you're gonna pay a lot more, but you shouldn't have to pay $2 or $3 or $4 or $500. That's not. It should be like no more than 120, $150 max. Okay, and that's for the top. Okay, if you want a faster visa, it should be max money 150 USD, and that's for like the best 90-day visa. If they try to fuck you around on the 30-day visa, they're just trying to scam you. Okay, because they know. All right, I'm just giving you the skinny guys. Keeping it real with you guys on here. So express processing exists, yes. It's gonna cost more money. Shouldn't cost more than 150 bucks. Okay, that should include everything. Okay, out the door, visa in hand. Notarization required. You don't need a notary for a visa. Okay, just get your visa. Okay, again, translation required. You don't need that. Okay, and then they'll say company sponsor upgrade. A company sponsored upgrade. No, no, no. What? Vietnam's visas are pretty straight, black and white, straight up. The only gray area is this shit. Like really, if you want to keep it a buck, the process situation time is pretty straightforward. Just be mindful that there are some things that these agents can do because they have those relationships with the immigration officers, and they can gray area some things. So it does exist. Just ask about it. Okay. Always talk with them. Don't be afraid. Just talk. Okay. Because that's the difference between saving you a few $100s and saving you a few $1,000s of the lifetime of your relationship with your visa agent. That's how important it is. Trust me. All right. Living abroad is it costs. Okay. But luckily this is like a cost that will be months down the line or years down the line, depending on how you work it. Okay. And then if you can maneuver and you actually work, which I'll get into the work one in a minute, later on in this live, you can have it paid for and you don't have to worry about it by your company. Okay. That's what a lot of us do. Okay. Just to get in here, you start doing what we do. Okay. Also, these company sponsorship upgrade, that's not a thing when it comes to a visa, other than and I could be wrong, other than if you are from a country that they are banning and you have to kind of go through the back door. So if they're looking for like a company sponsorship upgrade, that's gonna cost hella money just because they gotta do some steps, and really it's just coffee money. Okay, they gotta give the right person coffee money. Forgive my voice again. You guys know I'm a teacher, right? So my voice is recovering. Okay, and then the last two is emergency fix fee, and you're gonna sink your costs. They're just gonna take. So just be careful. All right. I would honestly look after finding a good agent here in Vietnam to get your visa. I wouldn't even. I mean, if you have months and months and months and months to do your e-visa, then go for that. Do your e-visa and then just wait because it's going to take weeks. If you are coming to Vietnam and you have like a month, I would go with an agent. Okay. Hit me up if you need an agent, and I will absolutely take care of. I will pass you along to my agent. She's great, and she speaks English, and she'll take care of you. All right. So let me get to some comments. I see a couple comments here. Bear with me here. Let me take that off. Boom. All right. Let's see. My boy John Golden's. What's up, John? Salute to you, my boy. John Golden says, "Hey everyone, checking in from Issei, Japan. What's up, my boy? How you doing, brother? Thanks for coming, dog. Appreciate you. I hope you're doing great, man. Philippines in full effect, my boy. What's up? Salute to you too, my boy. He says, "What's up, KT? Finally caught you live while I'm actually in Saigon. We really lucked up and got a great real estate agent through a referral from a brother that's lived here for several years." Yeah, I mean, I definitely, yeah, that's the way. I mean, I highly recommend that for you guys who are looking to put down some roots here in Vietnam, get an agent, get a real estate agent. A real estate agent will definitely, um, I mean, you're only going to use them one time. You're going to use them, and if you move a lot, then you're going to use them every year. They're going to look out for you. All right, they will really look out for you. So uh, you're gonna see during this live is that finding a good agent is definitely a good thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's good, man. I again, that's how I found this place is that through an agent that was a referral from a friend. All right, and yeah, that friend was Simon actually, Lafty, the YouTube channel Lafty. Go check him out. Yeah, he referred one of his agents over to me, and yeah, he hooked it up. I was like, that's what's up. So yeah, thanks for the comment, brother. Appreciate you. Philippines in full effect says, you are correct about Taldian. We paid 2 month deposit and 1 month advance rent for our place in Mastery. It didn't feel off to me because the Philippines are the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I definitely know what I'm talking about. I've been in Vietnam quite a long time, so um, generally Vietnam works generally the same way. So yeah, man. I mean, I saw that you were saying you live in the Mastery. How is it over there? Is it cool? Um, I think I've been over there before a few times, but I don't know if I've been inside, to be honest. But yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's expensive over there, huh? Full service, right? You got a pool and all that stuff. What did you have a video? I didn't even look at. Let me know if you have a video. I want to check it out of your apartment. All right. And I think you have a YouTube channel too. So go subscribe to my boy Philippines in full effect. All right. Straight up. Thanks for the comment, my boy. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back into it, man. All right, so yeah, so again, just get a guy, get a girl, get a referral was what I'm saying. Get a person that actually can help you out and can make sure that you're taken care of because it is the most important aspect. All right. Again, they'll know the rules have changed, right? So that you're not surprised. Vietnam's changing rapidly. I'm telling you guys, it's changing rapidly, and I like the change because they're becoming more modernized, and we just got to get the people more modern, you know, more, show them the etiquette of how the West is, and at least get them more civilized here. You know what I mean? But, anyways, make sure that you guys don't get trapped with these guys because It's not fun, man. You get screwed over, it's bad. You know what I mean? So here's the legit way that I would say this. It's either the right way. This is why I love Vietnam. I love Vietnam because they have gray area, right? And they don't always do things so legit. I'll be honest. It's not always the best. Okay. So, I just laugh because of the amount of fuckery that I've witnessed in the last 6 years is fucking ridiculous. And I just think in my mind like when it happens like, bruh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? You know, it's always the short term thinking. Here with the Vietnamese is where they're thinking about, damn, I can come up on this dude real quick, and they're not thinking about the long term relationship aspect. That's a criticism that I have about Vietnamese business aspect, and I don't know why that happens, but they're just not necessarily looking for a long-term friendship or relationship with us, yet. They are, but they just don't know how to come to us. And I mean like us, not foreigners, but us. They don't know how to. They don't know. They just don't know. They're shy. But anyways, yeah, the legit way, and this goes clear across the board. The legit way is if they're gonna give you paperwork, make sure that they itemize things. They give you an itemized quote, and they need to give you a motherfucking receipt. Okay? Don't pay, man, and not walk away with a stamped, signed receipt. It's ridiculous. Don't fall for the fucking banana in a tailpipe where they're like, I'll send it to you. Soon as here in Vietnam, they say, money gone, money in hand, money gone. Something like that. Okay? As soon as the money's gone, they gone. Okay? You got to be careful here, man. It's great. This place is amazing. But even I don't trust nothing until they prove me right. Or until they prove me wrong. Period. That's my philosophy. That's always been my philosophy. Okay, period. Okay? They need to this this is kind of but they need to have written you gotta have written this you see it says written, doesn't say fucking typing on a SMS message, a text message. Doesn't say that. It says officially you need to have written letterhead with written steps and timelines of things. Okay, it has to. Now, a good company will abide by this. They will abide by this. Okay, if you get the itemized stuff with receipts, that's mandatory, but that's basic. And then you get written steps and timelines. Well, that's luxurious. That's luxurious because Vietnamese don't understand that concept. We in the West understand that. So if you get a company that does that, that's good. All right. And you can also the legit way is that they are backed by paperwork. All right. The government knows who they are. They have licenses. They have everything they need. And you could ask them, hey, can I see your business license equivalent? They'll show you. Can I see your operating license for blah blah blah? They'll show you, or they'll have a number on their paper or their letterhead. They'll have a number there, right? And they'll just send it over to you. Then you can go onto the corresponding website, the agency of wherever, and you can verify that. If you can't do that here, then you need to do it somehow. Let a local message a local, get them to do that. Check this business out, and then if it's all good, then proceed. Okay. Always check, man. That's the legit way. Now the gray area way is now this is majority of where Vietnamese business is made. Okay. Vague but popular. Okay. Very vague. All right. Move in. Move in. Your visa's guaranteed. No, not guaranteed. Wrong language. Your visa is your visa will be here any day. It'll be here tomorrow, right? But they're very, 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 very vague about the information. It costs this, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna get this. Okay, but they just keep it basic. Red flag. They give you cash discounts. That's not really a gray area. I mean, to me, if I'm gonna go with you and you're a good person and you're a good agent and you respect the business relationship and you understand that yes, you're gonna make money, but don't try to rip me off and we can build our relationship, our business relationship, then they'll give you a discount. Discounts are good here. People generally, if you find a good Vietnamese who's either done business, lived in the West, or married to a Westerner, they're going to generally understand what you're talking about. Okay. Now the Vietnamese, they are going to give you a discount. You want discount? Discount. Discount. Discount, but they say discount. You want discount? 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 Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Discount. I don't know. No, 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 no. Right? They're going to give you a discount. All right? They're going to just 10%, 20%, 5%, 100K off. Okay? 300 off. Okay? Right? So don't think that discount is a red flag. Yes, it's gray area, but they're understand if they're giving you a discount, they're overcharging you. All right. Everyone does it. Yeah, everyone does do it. Right. Be careful. Red flag. Right. Um, some missing paperwork. Yeah, Vietnamese are not the best when it comes to paperwork organization. You have to be that organized, type A personality. You know, you must be organized because don't depend on the Vietnamese to be organized because then they're gonna let you down. Okay? Some Vietnamese are excellent organizers, amazing, amazing, and they have their shit together. But majority of the Vietnamese, um, they're just a little messy, to say the least. Okay, so just be careful, man. All right. And then last one, higher risk if problem happens. Yeah, again, Vietnam is not gonna have your back. I know, I know, I know. It's not popular opinion, right? Great, it's a great country, great people, but they're Vietnam. They're gonna look out for themselves. Okay. We have to look out for each other. I know. Fuck, right? I know. I know. But it's the truth, man. We are the only ones we have. And if it can happen to me, then it can happen to you. Excuse me. It's going to happen to you. Okay. Um, so it's just a matter of time. So if we have to look out for each other, Vietnamese, some will look out for you, but don't expect it. All right. And then the pure risk, man. This is the most dangerous talk and paperwork aspect that you need to watch out for, man. Right? If they talk and say, I guarantee you this visa in this time, run away. Okay. Vietnam is flexible. You have to be flexible here. If you're not flexible and you're very rigid, then this place ain't gonna work for you. Like seriously, I'm being honest. It's not gonna work for you. And it's not gonna work for you until you have your system, your people in place. Okay? You have to go through the fuckery before you actually have calm and peace. I'm just saying, man. I've experienced it. Now I have peace because I've allowed myself that buffer. You got to get there. That's it. You got to get there. All right. Pressure to pay today. Big thing. Big thing. You got to pay. You got whether it's your apartment, whether it's your visa. Well, your visa agent shouldn't be putting too much pressure on you because it's your thing. But I hear this a lot in the apartment with the real estate agents, especially because they're snakes and they're like, yo, we got this apartment and you looked at it, you loved it. Where they're gonna get you at is when you come and view the apartment or house, and you're gonna be talking, you're gonna go through the apartment or the house, and then you're gonna go back down to the main level or wherever, and then you're gonna sit there and negotiate. So what's different about the US and the West is we don't normally have the owner of the place that you're gonna pay your rent to. You don't have the landlord literally sitting right there waiting for you. Like that. You're like, I gotta make a decision right now. I'm used to making a decision. You give me 24 hours. That's generally what I do. Give me 24 hours unless you're in Vietnam. All right? Because they're gonna be like, come on, let's go. I need now. You need tell me 5 minutes, okay? 5 phút, okay? I'm like, huh? How you gonna tell me you can give me 5 minutes and we're gonna it's gonna be a year of a contract, right? So if they're like, yo, we gotta pay now, I need you to pay because I have another guest that's already looking through, or maybe it might be true. that's when they can fuck you around. Okay, so take your time, say fuck that apartment or fuck that house, and be cool with letting that go. Okay, because there's thousands of millions of places that are better than probably what you're gonna look for and what you're gonna find. Okay, you just gotta keep looking. I know it's a pain in the ass. I get it, but if you have a good real estate agent, for example, you have a good real estate agent, they'll do the search for you. Okay, that's what their job is. Okay, so if they have pressure you to pay today, tell them fuck off unless you want that. Okay, just be careful because that's when they don't give you a receipt. That's when they tell you they'll give you the receipt later. Don't no worry, don't worry, don't worry. You're like, no, you know, dude, I'm telling you, I've been through this. their uh their attitude completely changes once the money's been transferred, I swear. Okay. So also pure risk. They don't give you a receipt. I've been telling you this. They don't give you a receipt or they don't give you an invoice. Red flag. They should be doing it right then and there. Okay. They should always bring a receipt book and their stamp with them. All right. If they don't have a stamp, every company is issued a stamp. And if you don't know, now I'm going to tell you a little nugget. Every business, every government organization, everybody has a business stamp that is issued from the government to them. So when you start a business, you have to pay for this stuff, right? So it's to legalize. Vietnam's huge on legalization, obviously. Why? Because there's hella scams here, right? And people fake all kinds of shit. Okay. So every business, everything has a stamp, whether it's red or whether it's blue. Okay. So they'll, and some companies, and they mean different things. Okay. So you must make sure you get the right legalization stamp, the right stamp, the appropriate stamp. Okay. And so again, this is why it's important to have a good real estate agent that will do all this shit for you. Okay. That's why you kind of, rub their hands. They get taken care of on the back end, but because you are a good tenant, they'll get paid off. Okay. And it goes for all of these people. They bring someone who's like myself, who's dependable, then they're gonna get taken care of, and then in turn they'll take care of you. All right. They don't have no receipt, they have no invoice for you, don't make a payment. Okay. Wait until you get that. It's important because then you can legally do stuff later, right? I mean, I know I told you guys that we have no protection, but you can try. Okay, you can try. And don't get me wrong, it's not impossible. It's just not impossible. Okay. And then also, Pure Risk won't explain the visa, the type, or the sponsor. Obviously, guys, it's you need to run away. Run away. If a visa agent isn't explaining stuff to you, if an apartment, a real estate agent isn't explaining stuff to you, if a job recruiter is not explaining stuff to you, fuck them and run away. Excuse my language, but fuck them. Okay? That's the biggest red flag of them all. Okay? Straight up. Do your research. If it feels off, run away. Okay, there's thousands of agents of all three of these that will look out for you. That they want your business and they want to make sure that you come to them. So they're gonna tell you anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't explain their work, and they don't explain what they do. Then you need to move on. All right. And then obviously secrecy plus passport held. Yeah, I'm hearing job recruiters are holding on to passports. I'm hearing visa agents not giving passports back, really, for whatever reason. It's usually the money thing. They're doing a favor for the foreigner. The foreigner ends up not paying. That's generally how it works. Generally, you don't have to worry about this. Vietnamese are pretty honest about it because If they're legal, then they can't hold your passport. All right. So just be careful. All right. Never give your passport to anybody. All right. What will suffice, since your passport is already a legal document, you don't have to get your passport legalized or translated. Okay. If you didn't know, now you know. If they've told you you need to do that, you don't need to do that, because from the U.S. Embassy and from the government agencies here in Vietnam, I've done this several times. All right. And uh, I always go get a copy. I always go make a physical copy of my passport, right? And then I will go get it legalized and notarized. Okay. Never, under any circumstances, give your original documents of your degree, of your TEFL or TESOL certificate. Never give them your original documents. Okay? Never. Go make actual copies of all your documents. I generally say make 2 copies or 3 copies of all of your documents, passport, front page, all that shit. Make a copy of all that. Go take it and get it notarized, or go get it legalized at your U.S. embassy, at the at the embassy, your embassy, wherever you're from. Go get it legalized there. Okay, go get a stamp, pay the $50 or whatever, and get it all legalized. Boop, 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 all those copies. Okay, um, whatever you have to do that instead, because Vietnam does accept that. Do that instead, and make sure that you just keep your original documents with yourself. Okay. Now, there are going to be some instances where um, the job, your actual company, not the recruiter, the actual company will ask you for your documents, your originals, and they will ask you for your passport. That is the only time do you ever give your company, job company, your original documents. Okay. Uh, Not the original documents, your original passport. Give them the certified documents, okay, that you made those certified copies. Give them that. All right. So when you have a job, let me just clear it up. When you have a job, give your HR the certified copies that you got legalized and stamped by your embassy. Give that to them, and because you're not going to get it back, they will not give them back to you. FYI. Okay. So give them the certified copies and legalized, get them to stamp it, and then give them your original passport, which you will get back. Okay. So they'll take your passport for like maybe 3 weeks, and the government will have it. They'll put the actual physical visa into your thing. That's if you're getting a job. But if you are getting a tourist visa, generally how that works is you have a letter that you have to print out. They'll send it to you via email, and then you go fly into whatever, and then they'll stamp your passport. Okay, that's travel. 2 different things. Okay, I hope that works. All right, so let's talk about some red flags before you actually pay. Okay, and let me see if I got some comments here. Barry. Okay, Barry, let me remove this. Barry, what's up, Barry? I hope you're doing all right. Salute to you. Barry says, is there a women's Christian population in Vietnam? I'm loving Viet, but the faith aspect might have me look into the Philippines, etc. for a wife. So the Christian population is actually growing pretty rapidly here. Um, so they call Christianity, uh, well, they call Catholicism Christians, which I know it's true in a way, it's true, but we recognize um, uh, in the West, obviously, I don't know if you're from the West or not, but obviously, if you are from the West, you know Christians are completely different than when we call Catholics Catholics, right? Even though they are Christians. Okay. So that's what they hear. They're more like Catholicism as opposed to Christianity, like Christians. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, my fiance, she's actually Christian, but when she explains it, it's she goes to mass. So it's she's a Catholic. Yeah. So that definitely is big here. They they definitely huge here. Everyone goes, and there's Christian churches. There's Christian churches here too. And the traditional way we know Christianity, there are Christian churches here as well. And that is what I'm saying is growing rapidly because for whatever reason, these Vietnamese, which is weird because this is more of a Buddhist country, but it seems to be that the younger generation is either non-denominational or they're Christian. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, uh, yeah, yeah. The women here, man, you're looking for a Christian girl, go to the north. My girl's from the north. I'll say where I'm at right now. The girls here, the females here, they're. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna talk in a generalization, but uh, it's kind of opposite of Christian girls here, to be honest. Where you guys gonna hang out? But there's a ton of women here who are Christians. All right, so check them out. The Philippines, I don't really know, but yeah, I would definitely come to Vietnam. They're better. Thanks for the comment, man. I appreciate you. Sandstorm says, "What's up, Sandstorm? Salute to you, my brother." He says, "Good advice." Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. All right, that's all I got. So let's keep it moving. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So again, I think I've kind of brushed over these things as I've gone through this, but this officially is these are red flags before you pay. All right. So again, I know it goes without saying. Make sure you get this stuff in writing. All right. Vietnamese hate it. You're like, excuse me. Do you have a receipt? And in their ears, it's burning. Like, receipt, receipt. You're like, and for us, that's like, hey man, shit, I got this. You want this? You want this money? Give me a receipt. You kind of almost have to treat it like that. You know what I mean? Because you gotta be like, hey bro, it's like pulling fucking teeth to get a receipt. Sometimes here, but yeah, if it's not in writing, don't pay. Okay. Um, the pay traceability, man. I mean, this one is a big one moving forward in the new modern 2026 Vietnam and the new rising to 2030 because everything is becoming more digitalized payments. Now, since last year, the government is taxing everything. Okay, they're taxing everything. Doesn't matter what they went from not taxing everything, like literally like being real lax about it, about their tax system to like the reverse just last year. So it affects you. It's gonna affect you. It's gonna affect me. It affects me currently, and we all pay more taxes, right? But on the flip end, we can get that back at the end of the year. We can get that back. Actually, I gotta file taxes. Yeah, yeah, I gotta file taxes like in 2 months, like around April time. All right, so you'll get it back, right? You'll get it back, but they're gonna take that every month. Okay, so if you can't trace it, right, a paper trail, like we like to call it, Vietnam is real is change it's changed. So what they're doing now is they want everything to be traced. The government I'm talking about, everything, so they can tax your ass. And again, I talked about this probably about maybe 6 months ago on the live, but uh, when I paid taxes last year, they asked me everything. I mean, I had a physical person from the tax authority go through, ask me. I had to go down to the bank and get, they had to print out 1 year's worth of statement, 1 year worth of a statement for all of 2024. And they went through all of it. Every fucking line they went down. And then she asked me, she messaged me and was like, okay. And then she had like maybe 5 or 6 different payments that she was like, can you explain these? And I'm like, huh? And so that was the first time in what, 5 years that I was that ever happened. And so then I go on to, so I explained it and it was all good. I got it. It was all good. But that was an eye opener for me because I was like, damn, these motherfuckers really are changing, man. And I like that. I love that. Okay, yeah, sometimes you want to move in the shadows. I get it, you know. But if you don't have anything to hide, then you love this shit. Because it's good. It's good for Vietnamese, man. So if you can't trace it, you're gonna have a problem. You live here and you're living here, you're gonna have a problem getting, and you can't explain these kind of payments. You're not gonna be able to get your tax money back, right? If you don't give a shit about your tax money, then you can do whatever you want. Okay. But again, just understand that the government is watching your transactions now. And if you are a red flag person or suspected of doing something or overstaying or whatever, they're going to come after you. And they're going to just say, hey, let me look at your Vietnamese account. They have no access to your foreign accounts. It's just your Vietnamese account. You could use your foreign account for anything here, okay? But they're really starting to make that even, kind of. I mean, they can't change it because they want that money, but they're really starting to crack down on fraudulent stuff when it comes to banking and that banking system. So just be careful, all right? Use milestones. Deposit only, pay the rest after they deliver. Yeah, 100%. I would never pay anything unless I've seen it, I've shook hands, signed a contract, met the person, got the owners I'm talking about, the landlord, got the landlord's ID because they'll give you their ID for you to take a picture. Okay. I didn't tell you. I forgot. I'll be on the apartment here in a minute, but and I'll talk about that. But yeah, just so I can get it now. Landlords should always give you their ID, okay? Their Vietnamese ID. Make sure it's real. Make sure it's real. Look at it. All right, take a picture front and back because then that's your defense, okay? That's a good landlord, okay? And then once you do all that, you meet them, then you make the payment. Then feel good, okay? They should be giving you keys, and if you have a good landlord, then everything is gonna be smooth, all right? But if they're fucking you around before you make deposit and it sounds shady and it's whatever, then move on. Like seriously, move on because it's not gonna be good, all right? Now verify and then go. Okay. Don't go and then verify because it's backwards. And what I mean by that is verify them, whether it's a job, a visa agent, or an apartment. Okay. You can look up apartments, you can look up their track record. Okay. There's not a specific website that does this, but there are ways you can find it. And a lot of the ways you can find if an apartment is good or not, or if a school is good or not, is if you go on Facebook. If you go on those Facebook groups, go to like Ho Chi Minh City bad teacher experience, Hanoi bad teacher experience, and go see what the actual teachers are talking about. I'm in those groups. I know. I comment. Yeah, you'll see me. I see it every day. Bad experiences every day. It's slowing. It's not even slowing down. Why? Because there's a lot of newbies who are coming here who are fresh behind the ears, and they just keep turning you guys out, just using you up, stealing your money, stealing your documents, so that you have to go do the process all over again. You guys don't listen. People don't listen, man. They just don't listen to me. You know, they don't listen to the YouTubers that are actually giving you guys good advice. You know, like what I'm saying to you is actually good advice. That when you get here and you F around, you're gonna find out. You're gonna be like, damn, KT was right. Nobody talking about this shit, man. Nobody's talking about this, bro. I'll put this on tape so you guys come back and look at it again and again and again because this shit is real. Okay? So verify, verify, verify. If you can't verify, walk. All right? So, man, here are some of the legal pathways, I'll say, that, I mean, honestly, man, before I get into that, I see some comments. Let me go over to check out these comments real quick. Bear with me. Let's see. Sandstorm, we're back at it again. Sandstorm says, in doing teach abroad. A good advice, teach abroad. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And my boy, Army Guy Travels, salute to you, my boy. What's up, man? What's up, Denanger? What's up, brother? It's good to see you, man. Yeah, you're having a good time up there, dog. I like to see that. The hella foreigners over there, huh? Anyways, thanks for the comment, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Hyam. All right, so we're moving real good along good here, guys. So again, I'm all about legit pathways, man. This channel is all about doing the right thing. I mean, we're not perfect, bro. Nobody's perfect, but on this channel, man, I'm about showing you guys how to get Vietnamese women the right way, get married the right way, get a job the right way. If you want to start a family, start a family. Do it the right way, though. You know, just because you come over to Vietnam doesn't mean that you can just be a fuck boy and then destroy these women, you know, or destroy yourself and your image and your people's image, right? No, plan, execute. If you can do that, man, you're gonna be years ahead of people here that are already doing it, man. Vietnam can burn you out, man. It can burn you out if you're here long enough. But you gotta plan properly. You just gotta plan properly. All right. So know your status. Okay. Now your visa status. Okay. And or if you want to work here, man, and you want to live here long term, get a TRC. TRC, temporary resident card. Okay. So just do that. Pick though. You wanna get on a tourist visa. Now, just to give you guys a little update, Vietnam just passed. What was this? It was about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. Um, it could within the last month. Let's just say they passed. You can't. They're limiting the number of. Um, uh, they're limiting the number of travel visa runs you can do now, and I think it's like two. I think it's like two. I gotta do some research on that. But yeah, they're following in line with Thailand, man. You know, they're following in line with Thailand, and it's crazy. Yeah, and if you're here right now, it's kind of dry in Ho Chi Minh City. So yeah, and I like it. I actually kind of like that it's actually dry. It's been dry, the weather wise is what I'm talking about. All right, so know your visa. I'm seeing a lot of foreigners recently, like within the last week, that have been like, "Hey, man," and month that have been like, I had to pay an over fee because I didn't check my visa. I didn't check my visa when I came. Like generally, guys, you have to understand the doesn't matter what type of visa you get. Your real interview is when you get to the in front of the visa agent. Okay? Don't say shit. Just answer the questions that they ask you. If they ask you anything, they're gonna look at your passport. They're gonna give you the amount of days. Either some visa agents or immigration officers will give you less days than your passport is allowed. Some will give you the max days. Just be kind. But again, check as soon as you get it back from them, look right then and there. You can do that, right? And then if they give you less, then you're right in front of them to say, hey, excuse me, I think there was a mistake because my visa, and you'll have your paper or you'll have your phone and says, my visa says 90 days. And then they might say, oh, I made a mistake. But sometimes it's a malicious thing where they're like, they just don't like the way you look or they don't like the way you smell or whatever. And they won't tell you shit. They'll just write it down, and as soon as they write it down on your passport and give it back to you, and you mess off and you go, that's on you now. Okay? So if you guys watch this video and you get to this part in the video, and I'll have to probably chop this and clip this up for people, but just make sure that when you are in front of your immigration officer at the airport, on the border gate, you walked across the border from Cambodia, from Laos, from China, wherever. When you're right in front of them, check what they wrote, check what they stamped. Okay, literally, legit. Know before you get in front of the line how many days your visa is good for. They may just surprise you and ask you, how long are you gonna be here? And if you say like and you don't remember how long you got here, then you're screwed, bro. All right. So just make sure you know. Sorry, I just had to go on that little tangent, man, because it's just there's just too many travelers are making rookie mistakes. It's ridiculous. Like sometimes I think like, bro, where is everyone's fucking brain? Because that's usually the first thing I do is when I get my visa back from the immigration officer, I always look. Always. I mean, it doesn't take a fucking rocket science for someone to be like, who does that? Takes their passport back and just puts it in their pocket and just walks away. I mean, no, hey, don't let me see somebody, one of you guys. You know what I mean? One of you guys are like, oh, yeah, cool, thanks. See ya. Come on. Yeah. If you guys do it, oh no, man. You guys haven't been watching long enough this channel. All right. Get an itemized quote. All right. These are again legal pathways for everything that we've talked about today. Okay. One, know your status of your visa. That's king. Again, remember, visa is the number one thing that should be on your mind while you're here in any country. That if no visa, no visa, no fun. Okay? Okay? Get an itemized quote and receipts. Every time. I put that in brackets because you have to. Okay? What if this is a business expense? Are you going to get receipts? How do you get a receipt from the mom and pop little vendor? Do you even care about that? I mean, hey, some people do, some people don't, you know? We'll see. But get receipts, okay, for everything, especially with big purchases. Get receipts. If you buy electronics or any of that kind of stuff, iPhones or anything from Vietnam, go to the airport. Make sure you get a receipt, okay? Get a qualified receipt, a real one, not a written one. If you're buying electronics, get one that's printed out, and then you can get make sure you get the duty free. Make sure you get the duty free paperwork from the electronics store so you can take it to the border when you leave and get that money, that tax money back. Okay? If you haven't heard about that, see, I'm dropping fucking nuggets for you guys. All right? If you haven't heard about that, make sure you get it done. All right? That's for electronics, big purchases, iPhones, all that stuff. All right? Um, 3, confirm who sponsors or signs company, landlord, or employer. Yes. Vietnam is not the fastest when it comes to paperwork. Okay. They have literally in the last 2 years, 3 years, max, have started their digitalizing their country basically just 3 years ago. So it's taking time, but they're doing it really pretty fast. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, just make sure who signs your paperwork. Okay. Now, when it comes to employers, they're going to take probably 2 or 3 months to sign your paperwork. Okay. When it comes to your landlord, that's instant generally. To get an official paperwork, like your official lease, because what you're going to do is you're going to sign and fill out the lease. Okay. And then your landlord's going to take that. You're going to be doing it face to face with your landlord. Never do it online. Never. Okay. You must be sitting at the apartment or house and you must be filling it out. Okay. This is very important. Okay. Never send money online. You guys, if you guys are just you just started viewing in the last 30 minutes, go back an hour ago. Okay. After I'm done with this live and look at this live again. It's important. Okay. Um, Never pay online. Okay. Always face to face. Sign a contract. Your rental agreement is your landlord's going to give you a copy, just a an unofficial copy, but she'll sign it, right? And then she needs to come and stamp it. Some will stamp, some won't. Okay. But if they need to show legally, then they have to stamp it. Okay. So if they have to stamp it, they're going to take that. They're going to take both copies and they're going to take it to their office or wherever. They're going to stamp, and then they're going to bring it back to you. Okay. Nothing's legal until it's stamped. Okay. Just in Vietnam in general. Don't let anyone tell you differently. You must have a stamp. Red stamp, blue stamp. Okay. Um, and then verify if they are the owner. By this point, you've already verified they're the owner, okay, of whatever, whether it's your apartment or house. I'm specifically talking about real estate at this point. There's been scams where people are signing contracts and stuff with the wrong people. Just be mindful. The right real estate agent will already verify that for you. The right one, okay? This is why I'm doing this live. Your agents are going to, like I said at the very beginning of this live, your agents are going to either help you or they're going to hurt you. Okay? It doesn't matter. Now, if you get hurt by every single agent, you're going to be like, fuck Vietnam, right? Because it's not good. So, you need agents that I know personally, just message me. I will send you to them. It's not a problem. Okay? It's all about who you know here, really. Okay? I wouldn't send any one of you, and I have not sent any one of you who watch me and know me in real life. You guys have come here and you've met me, and you know I'm the real deal here. I'm the real guy. I'm real. Uh, you can tell these people who are watching how real I am about my vetting, about my people. All right. I look out for my people. I look out for you guys in real life. No, none of my people are getting fucked around with. Straight up. Okay. Make sure that you have a timeline. They deliver on those timeline. What they say, they do. Okay. There's always a gray area with that. Not all the you will fuck around and find out when it comes to that. Vietnamese, they mean well. They don't always do well. Okay. They say I do, don't worry, I do. And then it's 1 month later, and then it never happens. Okay? You got to be on top of Vietnamese people. You just have to. You have to let them know, hey, bruh, I'm just following up. I'm just following up. Hello, I'm just following up. Right? You know how we do in the West? Hey, I'm just following up. It's been a week, been 3 days. You know how you're good at the follow-up game. I know you are. So just do it here. Okay? Don't be on the ass like be kind, be respectful, but just give them a little, on the bottom. Just hey man, I'm just putting a little bug in your ear. That's all. Okay, never hand over your passport without a receipt and a deadline. Facts. Don't do it. I already told you. I already told you what to do. Make a certified copy of your passport, and that's it. And some companies, some people, some government agencies may ask you to notarize it. That's no problem. If you need a notary, message me. I can send you over to my notary. Okay, no problem. That's light work. Okay. Um, yeah. Keep copies. I already told you. I already told you what to do. Not even 10 minutes ago. Make a certified copy of your original documents and then get them legalized or authorized. Go to the embassy, get it stamped. That's all that means. Okay. And then it feels like pressure or secrecy, pause and verify. Facts. Okay. If they're trying to hurry you up, I'm good. I'm gonna take 24 hours. Oh, you could take I don't know if it's gonna be here, sir. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's no problem. If it ain't here, it wasn't for me. You know? What's for you is for you, right? So just be mindful. This is how I operate. Okay? This is literally how I operate right here. Okay? All right. So that's it, man. That's all I got for you guys, man. Stay connected with me, man. Get the free relocation guide. I'll be honest, man. Like that right there is updated 2026 first link right there. Go there, put your email in there, get that guide. You guys will thank me later. All right. You guys want to talk a little bit more? Again, I have a relocation business here. Again, I'll help you out. I can help you with your visas. I can help you with every step of this process with every agent. Like I told you before in the very, very beginning of this live, I vetted people. I know people. I can help you out. If you want that, hit me up on the email right there. Right there, the storykt at Gmail. And if you are on Instagram, message me there too. All right. I have some comments here. So Sandstorm says, I think my question is not showing up. Let me see what you asked. Sandstorm says about the part of giving the passport original to the employer. You said they have the passport for 3 weeks, but if people get the visa before arrival. Yeah. So when it comes to, that's a good question. So when it comes to your visa, um, with your employer, um, when you're on a tourist visa, if you're getting a job here, if you're going to get a job here, you're already going to they're going to send you out on another visa run. But when you do this visa run, they're going to switch you on their visa. So it's called a working visa. And so that is good for however the duration of your contract, or it is good for 2 years. It just depends, 1 or 2 years. But there's multiple types of different working visas, and so it just depends on what type of visa they're giving you. So like for example, right now I'm on a working visa. Next year, so in June, my visa ends, my working visa ends, and so this is good for 9.5 months. My visa is good for 9.5 months right now, literally the one I'm on right now. And then once I renew my contract with my company, then they're gonna transfer me that working visa, to a TRC, and then I'll get a card. I'll get a little TRC card. Now I've always had that TRC card, always. since I've been here. So they've just started changing these rules, this like visa rules, like within the last year. Seriously, last year was a big year for changes. So yeah, yeah. Hence the reason why I had issues last year with my visa and this company, that company that dicked me around. Yeah, I made a video about it. It's on my channel about 4 or 5 months ago, maybe even 8 months ago now, to be honest. But yeah, that's why you got to be careful. You know, that's why I make videos about this visa process. I mean, I made tons of videos about it because it affects people, right? There's nothing worse for me is than feeling like, hey man, I feel icky when my visa's effed up. It's weird. I just don't feel right, you know? But yeah, man, I actually forgot. If you guys are on here, man, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. I'm really trying to push to 6,000 before the end of February. So, I mean, I don't know if that's going to work, but at least we can get 2,600 before the end of February. That would be awesome. Or 5,600. That would be great. But yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys, man. Happy Sunday, happy Saturday to you guys. Again, stay connected with me, man. If you guys wanna check out Vietnam, you wanna ask some questions, email me. Yeah, I'm just email me a question and I got you, man. No problem. I don't mind answering questions. Now, if you have like a million questions, all right. Just set up a consultation, spend the damn money already, okay? And you'll see once you leave and it's a video conference. So we talk to each other one on one. I record it so that you can play it back and I answer everything, man. So yeah, I'm good at what I do. So if you need anything, you have any issues here, even if you don't use me for my services and you have issues when you get in country, email me. All right. So much love to you guys for rocking with me, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Stay connected. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and that's all I got for you guys, man. I'll see you guys next week. And if I don't see you before then, Chúc Mừng Năm Mới. That means Happy New Year in Vietnamese. Chúc Mừng Năm Mới. Much love to you guys, man. Love, John. I got you, man. John Golden says, um, as always, a great and informative stream, KT. Thanks and have a good evening, everyone. Salute to you, my brother. Mad love, man. Can't wait to meet you, brother. But yeah, man, Chúc Mừng Năm Mới, Happy New Year, and Tet holidays next week. So I'm looking forward to a much needed break. So we get a week off. So I'm about to get like about 10 days off here. So I really need the break. I really miss just having some time. You know what I mean? But appreciate you guys. John, you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. So Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year is next. It's in about 10 days or like under 2 weeks. So all the schools are closed starting on Wednesday. So and we're more than halfway through with the school year. So man, time is going quick. So yeah, and me and my fiance are getting married in about a month and a half. So after Ted and all that, we'll get that done. So yeah, stay up on me, man. Stay up with me. See you guys on the next one, man. Peace.